The best answer is true. Everyone has an obligation to report child neglect and abuse. Although mandatory reporters are required by law to report their reasonable suspicions of neglect or abuse, and to face penalties if they do not, the law does not preclude or prevent any other adult not listed as a mandatory reporter from reporting to authorities his or her reasonable suspicions that neglect or abuse has occurred or is occurring.
John's oldest son, Mark, plays on a local soccer team. Mark's teammate, Jeremy, asked John what he should do if one of the coaches gave him alcohol and touched his private parts. Jeremy did not confirm or deny the drinking or touching actually occurred. He just asked John what he should do. John is not a mandatory reporter. John should.
The best answer is B. John should report exactly what Jeremy told him to the Missouri Department of Social Services, Children's Division. Although John is not a mandatory reporter, he has a moral and ethical duty as a safe adult to protect children. A victim of child sexual abuse often does not want to disclose his or her abuse and may speak in hypotheticals or ask directed questions. When a child makes a statement about potential abuse, it is important to listen to what the child is saying and not interject opinion or judgment. In this situation, Jeremy gave specific details about who committed the potential abuse and how, including his statement that the coach provided alcohol. A safe adult would have a reasonable suspicion that Jeremy may have been abused. Although John cannot prove the abuse occurred like Jeremy described it, John has no duty or obligation to investigate or prove the allegations before he makes a report. It is the duty of the Missouri Department of Social Services, Children's Division, to investigate the report and to determine the truth about what happened. If John simply relates what Jeremy told him to the child protection authorities, then John has told the truth. The risk of a lawsuit only arises if a reporter, like John, intentionally makes a knowingly false report of neglect or abuse to the authorities or to anyone else.
The state of Missouri shields those who report in good faith from litigation related to reporting their reasonable suspicions of neglect or abuse. The law states that any person, official, or institution that makes a report in compliance with Missouri law shall have immunity from any liability, civil or criminal, that otherwise might result by reason of such actions. However, those who intentionally file a false report or act in bad faith or with ill intent are not immune from liability.
After you report your reasonable suspicions of child sexual abuse or neglect to the Missouri Department of Social Services, Children's Division, at 1-800-392-3738, whether you suspect the conduct occurred within the Archdiocese or elsewhere. The Archdiocese of St. Louis encourages you and all other adults to report their reasonable suspicions of sexual abuse to the Archdiocese if the alleged perpetrator is a priest, minister, employee, or volunteer of the Catholic Church within the Archdiocese. For more information, please call Sandra Price, Executive Director of the Office of Child and Youth Protection, at 314-792-7704, or email her at sandraprice@archstl.org. Finally, for more detailed information about Missouri's mandatory reporter requirements, please go to http://protectmokids.com, a free resource.